ready to go. Next race on the water. Prince of Wales Challenge Cup Men's Quad Sculls.
Yeah, we're looking at the intermediate men's quads here there, so great to see these again racing here. And Tideway Scullers School against Edinburgh University and Strathclyde Park Rowing Club, so a composite, as you can see on the blades on this side. The Edinburgh University, I think, in the plain blades, and the Strathclyde Park in the one with the cross around. So you can see that they will have been working together for this moment. And Tideway Scullers, of course, big squad here at this regatta, they're in the yellow and the red on the far side, and it's the Tideway Scullers crew that have had a really good start as we come to Fawley.
Well, they've had a good start to the day, haven't they? They won in the Thames earlier on, beating Molesey, and now in the Prince of Wales they are, well, in control of the race at this stage, but it's not the most comfortable lead. They've certainly got some work to do here. This could easily shift around. Edinburgh University and Strathclyde a length down on the Tideway Scullers School to the right of your picture there on the Berkshire station.
Yeah, and Tideway Scullers, they do have more experience at this regatta as well as an experienced squad here. So Joss, who has represented GB in the junior world, is sitting in the bow seat in the steers. He's raced the regatta 3 times, and their stroke man has raced 5 times. So 9 regattas in the Tideway Scullers crew on the red and the yellow, and versus just 2 in the Edinburgh University and Strathclyde Park in their bow part pair, 1 each for those men.
Lucas Nielsen is in the bow seat for Edinburgh University and Strathclyde. He'll be aware that he's got to really dig in if he's going to catch up with the boat you can see at the moment. The Tideway Scullers School, there he is, Lucas Nielsen, with Matthew Fielding, Cameron Kemp and Peter Morgan in the stroke seat nearest the camera.
And
right,
Tim, this is
side.
fantastic racing. Look at it, it really is. You can see the Scullers just rating a little bit higher there, pushing their boat along, but the Edinburgh and Strathclyde Car Park on the left-hand side of the screen as we're looking at it now, they really are keeping moving and they're keeping in touch.
Well, they've put a shift in here, haven't they? And they've actually just dug in and made a big inroad into the Tideway Scullers lead. They come up to pretty much level. Now it's a question of what the Tideway Scullers can respond with, because Edinburgh University and Strathclyde got to almost level. Whether they can finish the job and get past them, we'll see. I think we've had a push from the Tideway Scullers. They've responded to that move.
And this is almost like a game of chess, isn't it? You're doing your base pace, you're racing, or your race pace, and every now and again you would risking going above the line, going above the red line. And just have a look at the Tideway Scullers crew there. They will have just need to sort out their steering. They've just been hit maybe by a bit of wash and had to move. You can see that gap in the booms, and sometimes wash comes through that, which will move the shell. But they've now got it back on, they've got it sorted in that point, and they're back up. This is great racing from these men. Scullers look like, again, they may have just put their rate up another pip to deal with that push from Edinburgh and Strathclyde Park.
Lawrence Joss in the bow seat for Scullers, keeping a very close eye on what's going on behind him, keeps glancing over his right shoulder for navigational purposes, no doubt. But that's credit, isn't it, to Edinburgh University and Strathclyde. They forced errors from the lead boat, keeping up with them and keeping the pressure on them. They've forced a couple of steering issues, which isn't going to help their cause. The Tideway Scullers here looked like they had the race under control in the early stages, had a real scare in the middle part of the race, but have now got things back together in the final stretch and will win this heat. But that was a terrific race, really terrific middle section of the race, and maybe it's not over. They're going to have to really shift on, Edinburgh University and Strathclyde, if they are to change it. The Tideway Scullers look like they are weary, but they can see the rowers in the other boat, which will be reassuring for them. They can see the athletes in the other boat, and they've done enough. Over the line they go. That was a terrific race. The Tideway Scullers School, particularly in the mid-stage of the race, Sarah.
Absolutely, I love watching that. Scullers got out, they just managed to push on to it, but Edinburgh and Strathclyde pushed them all the way.